Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be here and I am privileged to share my journey with you. A journey of reinvention, courage and above all, passion. From the courtroom to the canvas and now to the kitchen, I have lived 3 lifetimes in one. I started as a lawyer, following a legacy I was born into, but not one that I belonged to. Art called me and I answered, transforming my life and exhibiting my work across the globe. Yet, the journey didn't end there. My love for flavors and creativity led me to reinvent myself once more. As a chef, crafting stories on plates. I have already lived 3 lifetimes in one, and it's never too late. Who knows what's still in store for me? I'd like to start with a question. Someone once asked me, if you could change one law instantly, which one would it be? And why? Without hesitation, I'd change the laws around creative rights. Artists, chefs, and all the creators invest their souls in their work. Yet, their ideas are often exploited or undervalued. Protecting creativity is protecting culture. Very important. It's ensuring that the stories we tell, the flavors we create, and the art we craft are respected and celebrated for generations to come. Don't you think so? As an artist, I have always been drawn towards the unconventional stuff. Someone asked me, what's the most unusual material you've used in a piece of artwork? You want to know? The most unusual material I have used? Well, it's coffee. Yes, coffee stains. They left more than just a caffeine kick. They have created an abstract sepia-toned stories on paper, infusing warmth, spontaneity, and even aroma into the artwork. I painted with coffee. Yep. When inspiration runs dry, what do? I normally find that stepping away always helps. Whether it's taking a walk in the nature, cooking a comforting meal, or simply sitting in silence. Creativity is like a stream. Sometimes it needs to be redirected to flow again. And if my art could speak, it would whisper, slow down, notice me. There's a beauty in details you overlook. When I transitioned from paintings to cooking, the canvas changed, but the essence of creation remained the same. Someone once asked, if you could only use 5 ingredients for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Which one would you choose? My answer, salt, mustard oil, pachforon, which is the Bengali 5 spice, garlic and rice. These humble ingredients have the power to tell stories across the continents, from the kitchens of Bengal to perhaps the coasts of Ethiopia. But remember, every chef has a story of disaster in the kitchen. Once a souffle gone rogue, it collapsed dramatically just as I was about to present it. The lesson? Yeah, big lesson. Precision is the key in baking especially, but so is improvisation. I turned it into a deconstructed dessert and it ended up being a hit. If my life was a dish, it would be khichdi or khichuri as we Bengalis call it. A comforting blend of diverse elements, always evolving, yet very deeply rooted. The secret ingredient in this, comforting meal is a pinch of curiosity and option to use multiple ingredients which keep me going and experimenting. Bhoger Khichuri Prasad, which is offered to Ma Durga, is my favorite. Cooking and art require patience, but they have taught me something even greater: to embrace imperfection. A crooked brush stroke can lead to a masterpiece, just as a improvised recipe can create magic. So you should never think that what went wrong. It can bring something very nice. A viewer once cried looking at my painting. I considered very simple and normal. The response reminded me that art is not about creator's intent alone, but it is about the unique emotions that it evokes in each person. I was really touched by this reaction. It also brings to mind an incident from a few years ago at a very premium posh club in Gurgaon. I was hosting a food festival. An 85-year-old Bengali gentleman, after tasting one of my fish preparations, shorshe ilish to be precise, called me over. I was in the kitchen working. He asked the waiter to call the chef over and wanted to meet me. And he shared that my dish reminded him of his mother's cooking. It was so deeply emotional. I had tears in my eyes. And touching moment for me, seriously. Creating a dish for me is like painting a picture. Each ingredient is a color. The plate is my canvas. And I layer flavors the way once layered colors, imagining not just the taste, but the emotion it will evoke. One surprising skill I have learned from my professions is the art of adaptability. In a kitchen or in an art studio, nothing goes as fully planned, but that's where creativity thrives. For me, moving on isn't about leaving something behind. No, it's about finding new ways to express the same core passion. Art has never left me. I'm still the artist inside. The medium has changed, simply changed, because where I used to play with canvas and colors and textures and forms, now I do the same thing with ingredients, flavors, spices and plating. The difference, that is now my creations don't just nourish the soul, they nourish the body too. You can eat it. To anyone aspiring to leap into a new field, I have this advice: don't wait for the right moment. It will never come. Instead, trust your instinct, your gut feel, and take the leap. The most difficult part of letting go of fear of failure. When I transitioned from law to art to cooking, it felt like jumping off the cliff without knowing if I would land safely. But trust me on this, trust me, the net appears if you are brave enough to jump. Seriously. Thank you for letting me share my story. I hope it inspires you to explore the creativity within you, whether it's the courtroom or the kitchen or wherever your passions take you. After all, life is the most beautiful canvas we'll ever have. Thank you.